Good morning and welcome to Coffee with Compassion. My name is Pastor Chris, and today we're going to be talking for a brief moment about ways we can deal with our depression. Again, good morning. My name is Pastor Chris, and as you can see, I know that we normally have coffee with us, but this morning I've got my cold bottle of water with me because I just got through with a run down at Bissett Park. It's something that I've been doing probably since the latter part of March, mainly just to kind of deal with the isolation of the quarantine that we were in early on. And even though we've moved to phase 2 and now phase 3, I have continued this because it has helped me in so many ways, just to feel refreshed, to be energized, not to feel so isolated. In a way, it's given me something to look forward to every day when I go running, whether it be by myself or with my beautiful wife, Tina, who, by the way, is much faster than I am and in much better shape than I am. But she's been patient with me and when necessary, slows down so that I can keep up. But one of the things that that depression can do to us, it gives us a sense of helplessness and hopelessness and guilt and just feelings of anxiety. And I shared in church on Sunday that for like myself, I'm usually a pretty upbeat, glass is half full kind of guy, but I too struggle at times with just short-term depression. Probably would be the best way of putting it for me. When I can just get down on myself. And oftentimes it's because of just being sedentary and not doing the things or taking time to enjoy the things that I enjoy. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that tomorrow. But when I started running, one of the first things I noticed was just an uptick in my health and just being able to breathe better and to feel energized and be able to go out and just to enjoy nature. And, any of you that have ever run down at Bissett Park, you know that it's a great park to go to, although it's had some flooding issues this year with all the rain that we've had. But because of those floods, it opened up other places for me and my wife to go. We've been up to the Lions Club Park there near the Dublin Elementary School, and we've been to Randolph Park to run around that track a few times. But one of the best places we've gone is the New River Trail. And the New River Trail where I start at is near the Draper Mercantile, for those of you who know where that may be. And we actually started off by running 2 miles in one direction, crossing 3 of the little trestles they have, and then we try to jog it back. Now, my wife could definitely do it. I'm getting better, but 4 miles is a stretch. But it's okay. It's a new goal. It's something to stretch for when everything else was closed. No restaurants, no malls. And so changing eating habits and things like that. But this running really changed things for me. But the New River Trail did something for me as well, is it got me out in nature. And, I think oftentimes we take it for granted because a lot of us just have an indoor mindset. We like being at home. When it's cold outside, we like being curled up on our couch with blankets and watching TV and eating comfort foods. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I don't think God designed us to stay inside all the time. And so for me, it was a challenge just to get out and begin to run. And, some of the things I noticed right off the bat was just the smell of the flowers, the softness of the ground, instead of it being running on asphalt. I actually ran into about a 5-foot black snake, or a rat snake, I think is what it was. But it didn't matter. I didn't hang around long enough to find out what it was. And it's probably the fastest I've ever run, including when I was in middle school and high school. And I get a little bit further down the path and I turn around. My wife's got her phone out and she's like getting up, taking pictures of this thing. But it was nature. And we've seen rabbits, and you get to hear birds, and you smell. There's a farm nearby, so you get to smell all those farm smells, if you know what I'm talking about. And I've noticed that it's just peaceful and it calms me, because we're really, when you think about it, we are out in God's creation at that point. And I believe God created the outdoors first rather than creating the indoors, primarily because he wanted us to enjoy all of his creation. I'm looking at a scripture here from Psalm 96, and it's verses 11 and 12, and it says, "Let the heavens rejoice, let the earth be glad, And then let the sea resound and all that is in it. Let the fields be jubilant and everything in them, and let all the trees of the forest sing for joy. When I read that scripture, I think of this one very clarifying point, and I'm going to let you go for the day. If God created the earth and the trees and the sun and the animals and the plants and all that it entails, and he did that for it to bring rejoicing to him, to bring glory to him, to bring a recognition to his power and his heart of creation. Think about what it does for us when we spend time outside enjoying what God did. There's no way that being outside should ever be a depressing moment for us. So I encourage you, if you've been spending a lot of times indoors, for young people that listen to me in our youth ministry, you spend a lot of times indoors playing video games with the shades pulled. I'm not telling you to give those things up. I have my hobbies too. But what I am saying that today would be a good day just to do a change of pace, get outside, breathe the air. Exercise, take a long walk. If you don't feel like running, it's okay. If you're physically not able to even take a long walk, go outside and walk a little bit, then sit. Maybe create a fire tonight out in a fire pit and just sit outside. Turn off the music, turn off social media, turn off all of that, and just spend time with God. Have a great day. I look forward to talking to you soon.